All right, and we're finally back here, folks, for map number 2. For those of you just tuning in, the first map was 16-14 in favor of paiN, even though they had a 7-0 lead at one point. It ended up being very much down to the wire with Atk, unfortunately for them, unable to close out some anti-ecos and some anti-forest buys. So we end up here with paiN having the edge heading into their map pick, and they've been very good on Anubis lately, haven't they, Austin?
They've been incredibly good. A win over Monty at the major, and just an overall stellar record of 14-5. Other wins include Wildcard and 0-0 Nation, and right now they're destroying ATK on another pistol round. ATK 0-2 on Mirage, looking like it's going to be 0-3 overall in the series, as Bomb goes down and barely any damage. 16 points to both Hardzao and Zevi. What is that? 32 points of damage taken by paiN in the entirety of this round so far. And there's not much Swisher can really hope to do. Maybe one kill just for honor, but that's about it. There's really no hope of winning this round for Swish and for ATK. No kills. They might still force in, but it's going to be pretty paltry what they can afford.
Yeah, that's a rough one there. No one going down for paiN, and look at this clinical shots coming through from Hardzao towards long B and then making his way into the site. The rest of the team pincering on forward, and just no problem at all for paiN. As you mentioned, third pistol round in a row in the series, won by them. And ATK, well, they're going to force by, as the meta dictates here, into the second round for the CT side. It's going to feature 4 pistols, make that all 5 pistols, 2 of them Deagles, 2 of them 5.7s, and then the CZ in Japanese. We don't see that much at all anymore, as it's found its way out of favor, but still has its usage. Jonji perhaps going to show that, throws the smoke in for connector, and that will push paiN back a little bit. But it looks like the B site will be the final destination, as the player's already found his way out, but Mistim actually gets the opening frag, and Hardzau's in a tough spot. He needs to be careful not to go down here, because the bomb in his possession. What? Oh my goodness, that was scary. Hardzao, I think he was just trying to find the gun out of the smoke, but he couldn't get it because Wolfie has already grabbed it and has it in his hands. Nakiz tries to go in as well, and Mistim delivers another Eagle shot onto Nakiz. Oh my goodness, 5v3 for ATK. paiN, this time the one struggling up against an anti-eco.
This would be something to throw a spanner in the works in the favor of ATK this time and not against them. But they still have to convert the round, John. They've choked away multiple 5v2 or 5v3s rather, and already Swisher removed Hardzao through the shoulder of his teammate. Bigu in on site, Reck 1 for 1. Hardzao charging on the site, getting that bomb down. Skulls and Hardzao to play this 2v3. Hardzao around the cake, middle of the site, looking towards window. Now back towards the stairs, sprays away for another one, and now we're into even footing, 2v2. Again for ATK, 1v2 for Wolfie now, no kit, time fleeting. And Wolfie on the site. If he shoots one, he's backstabbed by the other, and now Hardzao begins to move. Timing goes for Wolfie, but still one more to find. Bomb plant open, taps it, fakes it. Skulls calls his bluff, and what a shot by Skulls.
Oh, wow, a great effort from Wolfie and ATK as a whole, but paiN, actually a better recovery, I would say, given the circumstances in a 5v3 in that situation. Seeing a little bit of team damage happen there too, but man, they managed to get the bomb over to the other site, took care of the player that was guarding it, and then Wolfie at the end almost clutches it out, but even if he gets that frag, like I was saying, as it was happening, there wasn't time. Without the bomb, without the defuse kit, he would not have been able to defuse the bomb. So ATK do the economic damage, but are unable to do much of anything else. And this time, only USPs and a flashbang. That is it for ATK, and they opt for an A stack. They're actually just going to push out into the water here. It could be dangerous, but it's not, because paiN are waiting for it. And all 4 players go down. Only Mistim left, and he was the only one not pushing out. He was waiting at mid. They get one here, and he does. Grabs the AK, and I think mission save AK now for Mistim. Oh
no. Nope. Mission failed. Yeah. Well, so far so good for paiN rather on map number 2 for ATK. At least in Mirage, when they were down 7-0, they were doing damage consistently, getting bomb plants consistently, doing good things, just not able to convert the rounds overall. But right now, it's all paiN. 5v3 into a 1v1 into a paiN victory. That's the best round ATK have had. And even then, it still didn't work out for him. And for paiN, they haven't really had too much trouble, but there's a good opening from Wolfie with that op in hand. Mid-control established finally for ATK.
Yeah, it's a first time they've had guns in their hands, of course. And Wolfie appears to be poised to play towards mid. Oh, great flashbang thrown by Skulls to set up Nekiz to get the MAC-10 frag and then pick up the A1S. He's going to push up around the smoke. Oh my goodness, he had such a chance to punish, but didn't realize there weren't enough bullets left in the magazine. Comes out again with piguzera, and piguzera finds missed him before Wolfie can get activated. So a 3v3 and Wolfie gets tagged in that engagement. Oh, look at the lineup piguzera has. Doesn't know it, but he managed to get one through the smoke. That's Wolfie. And Skull's still sticking around. They're going to fall off of this site. This is such a great idea because they know ATK are both there. They're going to rotate around to A. ATK probably going to realize this. So we'll see. I mean, paiN could slow it up as well. They still have time. They don't have to rush things, Austin.
They might be hoping Bigu can catch him in rotation here. The other thing, too, paiN had still left the bomb outside B. Still to go recover that. Meanwhile, but Bigu goes fighting for Reck, who does win that very narrowly, shut down by the double swing. And now Swisher. Big man on campus here for ATK into the open. And Skulls does what he does best. He's not called Skulls for no reason. He likes clicking on Skulls.
Yeah, he was their best player in the regular season, at the major, everything. I mean, Skulls is a star for paiN Gaming, and he's going to be one of those forces that will drive them forward as they go into Counter-Strike 2. You know, once they go into that next major, which I fully expect this paiN roster to continue to be competitive into the rest of this year, and then of course once we get into next year and we actually get that Counter-Strike 2 major that's going to be coming up. But yeah, I just hope that paiN sticks together during that time, but I do think that they will be able to be a force throughout this North American region and even when they get to Europe as well.
Yeah, I mean, there is the thought that there might be a Brazilian shuffle given Furia's disappointing result.
I mean, disappointing is an understatement.
Yeah. I was searching for the right word. About it, but
yeah.
That's nice. I mean, oi. That's unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, this round's probably over here, so we can talk about it a little bit more. But yeah, Furia, to be honest with you, I don't know who you would replace on the paiN roster right now. Maybe, I don't want to pick any names. Maybe Nekiz, maybe Hardzao.
paiN players get poached.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. No. I don't know if Furia. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen personally because I think paiN have so much momentum moving forward, and they just got to a major. They got the major money from stickers and everything. The org is probably feeling good. The players are probably feeling good. I don't see any of them getting poached off this roster because I think they're one of the more promising Brazilian rosters in the circuit right now. So that would be really weird to see. I get it, you know, given where Furia is right now, that it might happen. And there might be some temptation there, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll get back to that though as Hardzao finds himself a 2K. Jonji and missed him go down, and Nekiz has the advantage on a Wolfie who pulls out the Util, comes around pillar, and finds a bullet delivered right to his dome. 4v2. Reck and Swisher have to think about saving at this point. Oh no, Swisher just to play. He waits. Nekiz pushes into him. AK upgrade. 1:15 left on the clock. The bomb is not in paiN's possession. I think that's the biggest problem here. Even though they have the B site, they don't have the bomb to plant yet. Do they have the information? Doesn't appear to be the case.
They're going to go away.
I mean, they have to now.
Yeah, they had Bigu holding out middle rotation too, and Hardzao already grabbing the bomb, which was leading A anyways. It's going to go down on what they know is a wide open A site, and they can just post up. Hardzao has that op picked up, so despite his low HP, he's still good to go. And ATK are making a very slow rotation back in with no defuse kit. If they were going to go for it, they have to kind of run. They have about 15-ish seconds to work with here.
Oh,
it's done.
I mean, they're going. They're trying. Oh, they saw the barrel of piguzera's gun. That's a free kill. Okay, 2v1. Molotov gets section off Hardzao. Hardzao can't get back in. He doesn't have the HP. They could be able to defuse this one. Hardzao has time to get back. It's a 10-second defuse. Finally peeks around, finds the frag. Can he get the second one in time? No, just barely misses it. And Hardzao, although he gets the frag, the round goes the way of ATK.
Wow, that is such a recovery for ATK. They get a little lucky. The op was so segmented that Hardzao had an op there too. If he has a rifle, there's a good chance he can actually win that. But
So close, like milliseconds.
Narrow victory. That is walking along the razor's edge. Now the nade stack coming in. So much damage. Finally, Skulls drops and Zevi's low. Jonji's MP9 farms up close and does more damage. Jonji running through the smoke and around the smoke to catch Zevi. ATK have woken up now. It seems like once they get going, they just go straight from 0 to 60 in one round.
It's ridiculous, and Swisher's going to take down Hardzao. It's just like they need that one crazy clutch to come through, and then the wheels start turning. paiN-biguzera, last one standing. A minute 11 left on the clock, but only himself to rely on. I don't know what you do in this situation. I mean, try to find frags, make sure you don't go down after time.
You thin out that CT economy, probably the best bet. Because it's not that strong right now, and
No, yeah,
every kill just stacks.
I think 1 frag is great, and 2 is amazing right now.
1 is having your cake, anything else you can get to. Well, he's had his cake. If he isolates a fight sound like Wreck too, he can get a bomb plant, and that's a 1v2. That's winnable.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he's thinking about a bomb plant at this point. I think he's just trying to section off frags, but he does have a path into the A site. He tosses the gun down to make noise. 20 seconds left.
I think he's playing plant here.
Yeah, he could definitely sprint his way to the A site and get a plant. Doesn't even have to sprint. He can just walk. Now he decides to run. Okay, 10 seconds left. No one's here. No one's home. paiN-biguzera, a free plant and an opportunity at a 1v3 clutch with the smoke and the Molotov available to him. Immediately deploys the smoke. Wolfie coming around here. Could blindside paiN-biguzera, who's trying to find out where he should section off first, decides to go into heaven. 2 players coming in, trying to ensure they get the trade. Bigu slipped through into the back lines. Oh my goodness, paiN-biguzera could win this one. paiN-biguzera coming out, Swisher gets headshotted. paiN-biguzera looking for another. Oh, he's got the util out and gets spotted by Wolfie. That will be the round. What an attempt from the Brazilian, but ATK will win it.
Another narrow victory for ATK, and it all starts with that from Jonji. The nade stack into canals, and then John swinging around the smoke, and such good work from him. Bigu, he does pull this back and make it very expensive, more so than it should have been. But ATK at least are able to stabilize the round. They are able to get the round on the board, which has been something we haven't really been able to say too much about ATK in this series, John. That's a good sign, especially given the fact they're on the CT side. But paiN are back on the buy thanks to that bomb plant. And already, Bigu's been chunked down to half HP. No picks for either side.
Yeah, and I mean, we were talking about that round saying, oh, paiN-biguzera would get a couple of frags and it's great. He not only gets a couple of frags, he gets the bomb plant. So it punishes the economy of ATK. Yes, they win it with the defusal, but look at that bomb. It's so frail. Swisher finds the opener on the boosted player there, tries to spam through and get the one that was boosting him, but doesn't. Still, that's a 5v4 edge in favor of ATK. And paiN Gaming, they have an opportunity here to capitalize and get back to their winning ways, but they need to get the frags, and they're not going to find them just yet. Another 5v3 edge for ATK.
.5v3. It's a dangerous lead. It might be said to be the most dangerous lead for ATK right now as far as player advantage is concerned. You know, hockey, it's a 2-goal lead, but I guess for ATK, it's a 2-player lead. And it's kind of the same process, too. 1 kill spirals into momentum, which spirals into more, and then they take over. Jonji! He's got an opportunity for 2! He barely gets the first, and Taz, no chance for a second. Just cannot convert that strength enough on the engagement. Nakiz is good for 1, but Reck backstabs him from Canal. Skull's the last man standing, walking out onto a wide, closed B site because it's not holding the angle, but making it seem like it's a wide open site. Had help too. Nice little play there by Swish. Very disciplined.
Yeah, just toughen himself off into the corner there at the back of sight and making sure that paiN would be able to get the bomb plant. Nicely done. Skull's not really clearing it, as he has so much else to worry about, and no bomb plant. So, third round picked up for ATK in a row, of course. It's very reminiscent of that first half of Mirage where paiN had the 7-0 lead. This time it's only 5-0, so ATK a chance to get back into it a lot sooner. And we do see paiN opt for the AK and 4 pistols. So a hero rifle available, and this could be a quick hit B hit. It's the right idea with just the pistols available, but ATK's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, all dropped, and there goes the 5th as well. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for ATK.
And you say money for ATK too. That's
Yeah.
a flawless victory. Exactly what they need to build their bank and establish some solidification of a CT side. I mean, what's the round count you're looking for ATK right now? I'm thinking 6. If they get 7, it's fantastic. But I'm looking at 6 right now.
I mean, I would agree. I think 6 on CT side is pretty solid on Anubis, which is leaning very heavily to the T side lately, and it kind of makes sense. Although at the major, I think it wasn't as heavy as we expected. I think it was more balanced, right?
It was a little more slightly CT side.
Yeah, exactly. Which is strange because from everything we've seen, it's been more T-sided. So, yeah. I think it kind of depended on the matches, right? Like some of the matches really went T side heavy and the other ones were CT side leaning. So that's what, yeah, just down to matchups. Jonji's going to peek out here from Connector. He gets the headshot onto Niki, so that's the man advantage again for ATK, but Zevi could punish. He's coming through the smoke. Swisher, they're bumping heads, and Swisher is going to get the shot, but the trade is there again for paiN. The problem is they're always on the back foot here. Jonji and Wolfie, a crossbar set up here onto the B site. paiN-biguzera finds Wolfie, looking for Jonji as well. Jonji's looking the wrong way. Now he's adjusted right around that pillar, but he still can't get Bigu. What a play from him. Bomb plant secured here onto B, and Reck, the last one standing, trying to clutch out a 1v2, and he's spotted. Oh no, Austin, that could be it for him.
He's got the molly, and it does fly out, but he's walking through a smoke, and he's blindsided by paiN-biguzera with a big 4-piece on the board. Keeps the lead in hand for paiN, grows it to 2 rounds. That's a great response from Bigu. He's had a very impactful map so far here on Anubis, but he needs to do a little bit more here because his team is starting to spin some wheels a little bit there. That's one man winning you around. You need a little bit more than one player. You need a whole team. And ATK have that money again from that flawless victory. Wolfie back on the op. M4s across the board. Swisher burning down by a 1/4 HP. That's because, where is he? All the way up canals, or is he just peeking mid? It looks like he's a mid peeker. But something to keep an eye. Oh, Wolfie's he's got to get. At least Jonji has his back.
Yeah, what? Oh, Wolfie gets
No
2,
scope?
gets a no-scope, and Jonji finds 2 as well. How do paiN not get a single frag throughout all that chaos? They threw great Molotovs, the utility was strong, now it's only Zevi in a 1v5, turns away to try and avoid the flashbang. He does, but he goes down after getting only 1. What on earth? ATK managed to recover. Wolfie missed a big shot, but then makes up for it and more with a no-scope to cap it off, and then ATK, they've got themselves a 5th, so again, the same story as Mirage, right? It feels like paiN have got that slight edge, but then ATK is resilient enough to make it extremely competitive here into this first half.
I mean, ATK is a team that hangs around the top level of this tier of North American Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Which, if we're speaking strictly North American teams, ATK is tier 1. But Reck, get a couple eco frags. To go back on that, though, ATK, they tend to hang around towards the top. They're always a team that can challenge some of the better teams in the region. paiN being probably the best team that plays consistently domestic Counter-Strike in North America right now. Nouns are up there currently. E.g. Black can hang around. Wildcard has really made a name for themselves. Obviously, MIBR. It's like those teams can kind of go pound for pound, punch each other, give each other a black eye. paiN usually come out on top of that whole list. But it's a 30-second timeout here. paiN want to rethink things. What's going on is they don't seem happy with it, and I don't think they should be. But to say ATK were going to get steamrolled here, I think would be underestimating a team that has a lot of experience, has LAN experience, and has kind of been revitalized by some of these additions.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the biggest problem for ATK has been consistency amongst their roster, at least throughout the
Hmm.
last couple of seasons, right? Because with Fady unfortunately having health issues, I think going even further back, Truth, the same thing, had health issues when he was part of this roster, was brought in with Bowden, and then he
That's way
needed to be
back.
replaced. Yeah, it's just health issues have hurt them. I think contractual issues have also been a problem, so it's just unable to keep that stable five that's been something that's held back ATK at this
Hmm.
level of play. The skill level of the players that they keep bringing on is definitely there. It's just they need to mesh together consistently and constantly find a new rhythm. And here we go. Biguzera, speaking of rhythm, he's walking in through mid, takes down Reck. Now Swisher trying to swing around. He is dropped by Nikiz as well. And we have a 5v3 materializing for paiN. Wolfie needs to hit that, and he doesn't, but he manages to recover again and isn't punished for the missed shots. Finally will go down, but still ATK, well, no, not much of a chance now as Mistim goes down with only Jonji left standing.
Bomb goes down. Jonji, does he even commit to something more than a save? Maybe an exit, but save probably the more prudent course of action. And that seems to be kind of what he's leaning towards. It's a long time to try and stay alive, so he'll probably try and stay mobile. But paiN back in the lead, that's good. They needed something off the back of that timeout, a spark. They need a lead out of
Yeah.
this half.
And I mean, just to finish my thought that I was mentioning before all the action started there, Austin, it's just, yeah, ATK, they need to find a way to mesh together this new roster and keep a stable five. And I still don't even know because the contracts that these guys signed, Jonji, Wolfie, and Reck, that is, are short-term contracts. I think they end after the playoffs before the player break starts. So there's still going to be some question marks about this roster, which I'm sure the players don't really want. And also, Swisher's still looking for potentially a new team. He's made himself a free agent in quotes because he wants to try and look for new opportunities, but he's still available with ATK and wants to play with them until something happens, if that happens. So yeah, still a lot of question marks for ATK, which I think is one of the things holding them back, but we'll have to wait and see if, things will be able to progress for them in a positive direction, at least in terms of these playoffs.
Swisher's probably looking for a move towards something like a complexity.
I think he wants either, yeah, like a complexity or go to a European team. So he's really one of the better talents in NA, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him get that opportunity. Unfortunately for him in this round, it's not going to go well. Skull spots him out. Jonji, aggressive as always, trying to catch off the toes of Skulls. He's still alive somehow and hasn't taken much damage either. Look at him dance around here, dodging bullets like Neo from the Matrix. And if he gets this one as well, that's ridiculous. He will get it. Nikiz dropped, and now Jonji slips away from the players towards bridge. Finally dropped. My goodness, a thorn in their side. In the meantime, of course, paiN did get 2 kills. So they have the 3v2 advantage, but Jonji just putting on a show.
This is vintage Jonji. This is the Jonji
it's so much
that
fun.
you love to watch. I mean, you and I have been around this region, this scene for a long time. We've gotten to see Jonji on his ups and his downs. He's definitely on one of his upswings right now, playing like that kind of confidence. It's also contagious. It rubs off on your teammates too. Now this round, not gonna really amount to too much for ATK. Zebi shuts down Reck in the end. 8 rounds half secured for paiN. And not much of a buy here for ATK either. So it looks like it's going to be back-to-back 9-6s in the favor of paiN Gaming. But this time, ATK can try and end this map off on the strong side. And actually, wait, no, they did have CT for the second half, didn't they? Or a Mirage.
For ATK?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe not so good a sign.
Maybe. Not much money left in this round for them to spend, so they get whatever they can. It's going to be MP9, Scout, 8-1S. They've already got Swisher spotted out here. Reck tries the wide swing, and it works. It helps Swisher at least get the trade there, and the bomb dropped at his feet, so reinforcements are going to come in this direction, and oh no, Swisher is clocked by Skulls, who's just hunting for blood. paiN well on their way to a 9th round, given the hardware advantage they have. And Skull's going to plant this bomb. Wolfie looking to make it back in here. Missed him. Does get one. Makes it a 3v3, so it could get interesting here with Skull's low HP. Biguzera takes a lot of damage there in the fight with Jonji. So again, still possible, but Wolfie's the last one standing as his teammate goes down as he finds that frag. Wolfie trying to clutch it out. Does he get spotted by Skulls? He does! Skulls can't finish the job just yet. Won't be alive and no longer. Zevi drops him with the op. 9-6 again in favor of paiN as we head to the halftime break.
Break up, don't speak for a couple of weeks. I'll be in his place till he calls and says he's sorry. This situation's on repeat, just like scratching a CD. It just gets deeper when you hit rewind. How many nights will you make this decision? Nights ending tears and it's blurring your vision.
Alrighty, we're back here. Second half of action. A nice fight put up by ATK on their CT side, but paiN winning the day at the end of that first half. And a piece of util just getting tossed there. I think that might have been a decoy. Anyway, Rec, is going to walk in here. He spots out Zevi immediately, and let's not forget, paiN have won every single pistol round up to this point. ATK need to put one on the board here, and they just might. They've taken control of the B site. paiN are playing full-on retake, and the problem, Austin, is that they don't have a defuse kit.
That is a problem. But we did see ATK win a round without a defuse kit, so it might come back and still help paiN. Bigu and Skulls bring in some entries back into this round as they maintain the man advantage. Wolfie trades it back though. Hardzao removed. Wolfie doubling up with Secure on the platform. Wolfie swinging for a third, but Jonji steals it. Skulls the last man standing. ATK on for their first pistol round of this series, and they have converted it as Skulls waves the white flag of surrender. It will be a 7th on the board for ATK, and a chance to tie things up very early here on the T side. This is their opportunity, and Jonji saves Wolfie again. What a good friend Jonji is.
Yeah, no question. But that's a great time for ATK to find their first pistol round. I mean, just rough for paiN because they didn't really have the presence on the B site to deal with that push and realizing it fall off. But without that defuse kit to help them, they have to go a little faster perhaps on the retake than they would have liked. And Util wasn't very strong either. And ATK hit their shots. You saw Skulls trying to evade their crosshairs towards the end of that round and save the body armor, but it just wasn't in the cards. They were chasing him down, switching the Glock from burst to single fire repeatedly. It's got to be nothing scary when you're in 3v1 and pistol. Just hear click, 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 click back and forth between burst fire and single shot. Oh, goodness. ATK having a little bit of fun there, but smoking to get tossed. paiN waiting here on the B site. Still very effective with those pistols throughout this series. ATK, not a sure thing by any means.
Yeah, you can never count paiN out of a round, especially after what we've seen throughout the course of this series. Jonji blinded. Hardzao picks him up. Wolfie there, a little too late. Can't keep Jonji alive as much as Jonji kept him alive in the previous round. But at the very least, it's a trade for ATK, although I don't know if trades necessarily feel too good right now when you have the firepower advantage. I certainly wouldn't be too happy with that opening engagement. That nade makes him a little more squishy, as it seems to be a full telegraph B hit. Players here stacking for paiN Gaming. Missed him. Entering in onto the site. Reck backing him up. He's around the pillar. Swinging for 2. And that's some huge damage from the obelisk. All up to Skulls, though. But this is a winnable 1v2, given the fact that he's got the deagle. And we know what this man can do when he comes to clicking heads.
Yeah, no question at all. Skulls. Gonna get back into this site. Bomb still not planted. Smoking to get tossed, and now they commit to it. Skulls playing from CT here. Looking into the B site. He's gonna make his move. Wolfie's tucked himself into back site, so this could be a little bit difficult for Skulls to clear out effectively. He's looking for it, but he can't do it. Wolfie gets the headshot. 8th round secured for ATK, and no force by magic for paiN this time, as they will have likely a 9-9 scoreline. This is a full-on save that's going to come through.
Tie ball game, very likely. Again, I'm going to say anything for sure at this point, given what we've seen. But 2 P250s, a smoke, a nade, maybe 3 P250s, and Skulls also has one. Still not really much to stand up against this ATK buy. And Swisher with Canals control, mid control also taken by ATK. They'll recover the bomb, and looks like it's going to be an A take after this one. They're going to put a lot of pressure towards B. paiN are taking the bait. They've also swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. They're making the right read now, realizing that they've just been had. There is a hold in towards middle, though. That is Reck holding for rotations. Mistim's pushed all the way through as well as the bomb goes down. Jonji holding for B pushes. That's a free beat for him. Oh, that was not so free. But he does get the kill in the end, so all is forgiven.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this round is over. Frags here for paiN at the most, but looks like ATK have full control, and they're just sectioning off each paiN player one by one, as paiN hoping at the very least to get a frag, maybe an upgrade. Mistim and Jonji are a little bit on notice, and Jonji might be goes down. That's Khalil. Well, one. It's important that he won anything, and he does get dropped. But the thing is, there goes Wolfie to get the last two. So everything is under control. No rifle saved over for paiN there, and we are all knotted up.
Tie game here. ATK battling back from down again. They seem to have this comeback kid attitude. The problem is, it's nice to play from the front. It's nice not to stress too much, you know? Cortisol is not exactly the best thing to have in your body. ATK need an opening here, and Wolfie delivers that onto the op of Zevi. That is fantastic. Still two players here, but Jonji clears out the first and the second two. Mac-10 run and gun. It's vintage Jonji once again. That should be the double digits for ATK too. I don't think Big U and Skulls really want much to do with this round.
No, definitely. But Big is in a really tough spot here. He needs to find a way out of it, and he can't. Look, Jonji was coming in on his flank, and he is looking to rejoin with Skulls, but now Skulls left to his own devices. Oh my goodness, what do you do? He spotted out. Nope, not spotted out. I thought Jonji saw him. Okay, Jonji goes down. Skulls gets a second. Oh, pulls out the util at a very poor time and will eventually go down. At least gets a couple frags before he's dropped, but still, that's ATK with a lead here. 10-9. They haven't had the lead for very long in this series. They only got in the second half Mirage. I believe they're up 13-12. And then 14-13, right? That was as long as they really had it. So now they're hoping that it lasts a little bit longer and ends up in a win here on Anubis. And like we said, 6-round CT side was what they needed, and they did get that despite some rough roads on the way to that path. Spamming through the smoke. As paiN Gaming are on a half buy here. They've got the armor on 4 players, the pistols across the board, and a few pieces of util available to them. Very effective with these deagles are the paiN Gaming squad. And they got 2 of them here to greet ATK should they come in this direction. Mistim's waiting. He's very vulnerable to a deagle headshot here. He's trying to peek out again, which could be his undoing. Yeah, he says, okay. Twice is enough. I'm going to back off here. I've attracted the attention of paiN potentially, but no. There's a read here from paiN, realizing that ATK might not end up at the A site, and they're reinforcing B.
It's going to be a rough fight here for Skulls. Alone lines up one, but he cannot get more. Skulls is there for the trade. paiN-biguzera as well on site. Now A site completely abandoned. Zevi going back to make sure they don't get snuck upon once more. Reck could get caught by Skulls, and he does. This is where the pistols get very messy. Zevi adds another. Skulls with the gun. The bomb at his feet. Jonji stuck between a rock and a hard place. A backstep onto one, but it's a messy spray. Grabs the op, tosses that somewhere away, and looks to get something out of this round. Something from nothing. A 1v4. Has the idea somebody's on the side. Hardzao baiting out, buying time for his teammates to come through E-box. Up the flank, B-main as well. Zevi coming through canals up through E-box. And ATK's leads remain very short-lived. 1 round is all it lasts. And this is just ATK not really able to gain enough ground against the pistols, not able to get enough information. And pistols doing what they do best, closing gaps and causing chaos.
I mean, this is the same story again. It feels like Mirage on repeat. ATK, they managed to get back into the match after a very poor start, and then they're losing the rounds they shouldn't be. That one was one of them. Like, only pistols for paiN, and they didn't exactly have the read on what paiN were doing. I can't really blame them because paiN decided off of something to go back towards the B side, excuse me, as Nikis is going to find the opener there on Jonji in a moment where ATK had been spotted towards A. So they perhaps read, seeing Mist falling back, saying, okay, well, I guess ATK are going to go back towards that B site, and they send 3 players there. Skulls doing work, as he always does. I believe he had information spotted when he jumped over the top of that smoke and knew if there was on the other side. But here's Mistim getting the trade, and that's A site potentially open and free for the taking. paiN-biguzera is trying to close the gap. Needs to be careful here. Skulls, in the meantime, on the other side gets one, and paiN-biguzera stays alive long enough to drop Mistim. Wolfie wants to respond. wants. He needs it, and there it is. Looking for the second now to make this an even ground match at a 2v2. But does he find it? Yes, Wolfie does, but unfortunately for him, he goes down, and Niki's on the flank takes down Reck. That's it. 11-10 for paiN.
paiN back in the lead, and the individuals are definitely picking it up. Good flash for Nikis to pick up that frag on the Jonji. Skulls and Bigu rifling out well. Wolfie does try to do a little bit of heroics, but he can't do enough to claim the round. Atk back down, and the fact of the matter is, they don't really have a buy. So they're going to be on pistols here. Pistols, no armor. A couple P250s, a Deagle, a Glock, and a Tech. 4 flashbangs of smoke. It's not ideal. It's far from it. It's not even what you could call plausible. Skulls already through A as well. Backstab on the Canals players. This is indeed an oh my goodness moment, because Skulls has just boxed them in. Picked up 2 kills for free. Well, actually, Nikis does grab the spray through the smoke. But that's 2 players of 5 gone for Atk, and not much hope remains for the T side.
Oh, this is just Atk. Oh, wicked headshot from Reck. Okay, a chance here, potentially. A breath of life. Could be choked out of Atk shortly, and indeed, I mean, with Reck going down, Wolfie only on a P250, no gun available to him, and he will fall to Skulls. That is it, 12-10 for paiN. And I mean, look, that's a great flank from Skulls. Let's not take anything away from him there, but Atk are going to look back on this match and say, what could have been if they lose here on Anubis, even on Mirage, right? Because they had the opportunities. Just clean up your anti-ecos and you win. Period. That's it. They just have to put the brakes on sometimes when they're getting aggressive.
Brakes? What are brakes? We don't have those here. No brakes. Nikis breaks paiN, or rather breaks Atk. paiN-hardzao to more Bigu from window. And Reck watches as his teammates collapse about him. 1v5, and no damage really taken at all by paiN. A flawless round to victory. A very convincing round victory, and that should suck what little momentum Atk still had completely out of the room. They will call a timeout here, and rightfully so, but the fact of the matter is they have no money. Half buy is best they can do to keep paiN off 14. The bell is beginning to toll for Atk.
Yeah, I mean, this has kind of gone from, hey, this is really close, to worst case scenario for Atk, right? paiN get a couple of very clean round victories, all 5 bodies standing, and look at their money. It's starting to flow really well. They have 3 AKs available on the defensive end, which is phenomenal for any CT side. And over on Atk, your money is in the dumpster. So now you're looking at, what do we do? Talking it over during the timeout. We've got nothing available to us. We probably need to just go for a save here into this next round. I mean, there's no reason to force up, so they're just hoping that these pistols can do something, and only 3 players upgrade. The other 2, actually, I should say 4 players now upgrade, but Wolfie's still left on the Glock. He wants to try and get that op up and running again. This is just a tough ask from Atk. They need to do some economic damage to keep it honest for paiN. Otherwise, paiN will be so very comfortable, and that is when they really start to shine. piguzera gets 1, could get a second. Oh my goodness, he is just too good right now. 20 frags on the board, right behind Skulls at 21, and Atk quickly down to only 3 players left standing.
And Hardzao is not that far behind at 18.
Yep.
Zevi and Nikis at 14 each, and Zevi's dead even. The Opper not really having to do all too much for paiN Gaming. Atk hemorrhaging players and hemorrhaging rounds. Their margin for error shrinking with every passing second. A lurk out onto A from Mistim yields absolutely nothing. The bomb trying to make its way onto B, which has not been any sort of touched at all by that lurk. They're just holding their angle, more or less expecting this now at this point. And yeah, Zevi takes initiative. Hardzao with the cleanup, and 14-10. 2 more for paiN, and Anubis looking a little bit more comfortable for them. There have been some shaky moments, but overall, paiN are coming out of this one a lot less bloodied than Mirage.
For now, right? We'll see if ATK can come back here, but definitely, like, that's such a good run from them. Their economy is fantastic. Another flawless round with no one dying, and they still have those 3 AKs up, of course. Now they're going up against ATK's full-on buy, but ATK loses here. I think it's curtains. They need to get the opener, and denied again. Zevi with the aggression towards Bridge, looking through the window, and takes Jonji down for the count. ATK smoked off. They have to fall off now. And the Molotovs are sailing back and forth on each side of Bridge, but look at this, ATK are split up, 2 players towards water, the other 2 looking to get into B, and Nekiz catches off, Reck blindsides him with the AK, headshot, Hardzao drops Wolfie, it is all paiN again. This is a full-on buy for ATK, finally a couple of frags back, but there's still a man down, and the bomb is isolated, and I think they realize that. They're trying to force the issue. That was a mistake, as Swisher does punish Nekiz, but missed him in the meantime, was also looking for a fight, and Zevi had the answer there. So a 1v2. Swisher's got some information, but oh my goodness, piguzera heard everything, but Swisher still gets the frag. Third on the round for him. 1v1 again for the one and only Swisher. Let's see if he can pull this one off, Austin.
And he's a one-shot against the op. This is like the most opportune thing. He misses that first shot. He can win it all. He spots the body. He misses the spray. And he's gonna back away. That was the chance. That was the opportunity. And it slips on by. Zevi, he swapped to the sidearm. The USP. And Swisher's
He's
trying
got
to
so
buy
much.
the molly.
Oh,
He
no.
peeks out wrong. And Swisher clutches up big time. Saves the op. That is immense from a Swisher who's had such a quiet game so far. Zevi did everything right, except for playing the utility in the open.
You know, it's sometimes a curse to have that much util at your disposal because you're like, oh, I have everything, I can use it, and you want to pull it out, but in that case, it probably would have just been better to, 1, throw it from cover, or 2, just peek out with the pistol or the rifle out because of how low Swisher was. I think there was some confirmed damage onto him, so...
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Zevi, the wrong decision is made, and that gives ATK an 11th round that looks so very unlikely, but Swisher makes the magic happen. Full credit to him as he powers his team back in. Like you mentioned, a bit of a slow run here for Swisher onto Anubis, but, you know, he's getting the frags when it counts. We'll see if paiN can have another strong start. Their economy's built up well, and look at that peek from piguzera, and he doesn't overcommit either. Falls off immediately, instead of going further down Bridge, and that was the perfect timing because the smoke just fades away.
Jonji had generated so much for ATK through canals, and paiN have figured out how to deal with that. It's Bigu through window, or Zevi through window. Just peeking down, taking the fight, backing away, running with that man advantage, and just sitting on it until ATK inevitably make a move, and kind of forcing your opponent to make an error. Minimizing your own mistakes. Nekiz has also crawled through. Wolfie gets caught. Reck does take a lot of damage in that engagement, but he's able to grab an M4 and recover the bomb. Nekiz still holding. Actually, no. Nekiz has fallen back himself towards E-Box. So there is some canal space. Swisher drops. Nekiz has heard that as we see him inching forward. Reload might just give Swisher the information he wants. Molotov should be in his hand, ready to go in towards E. A smoke down. Perfect counter. And out towards A main. Missed him. Caught by Skulls. 4v2 for paiN.
Reck could get a flank here. Zevi's looking the wrong way. No one watching him. He realizes it too late. He goes down. Reck throws the flashbang. Could get a follow-up as well, but no. Skulls right before the flash is in his eyes. He does manage to take down Reck. Swisher finds the trade, but he's stuck trying to plant the bomb here. Oh my goodness. Oh, he pulls off. I thought he pulled off the bomb plant, but he didn't get it down, and then it would have been over anyways, even if he finds the frag. So Swisher goes down, no heroics this time, and it all starts with a great opener from piguzera there, and paiN Gaming, despite flubbing it a little bit in the previous round, get a 15th here, and now have 4 opportunities, Austin, to close out the map and the series.
We did talk about this one being a pretty tough matchup for a first rounder. 2 seed versus 3 seed. paiN being 2 seed. And, well, ATK being 3 seed, down by 1 player early on. That was a rifle, too. That should have been salvaged, but still, that's not the start you want. Swisher on the op class cannon, too. We saw this when things got desperate for ATK on Mirage. Swisher would pick up the big green gun. And it's a bit of a curious phenomenon. Not sure what the deal is with that, especially as Wolfie's been doing pretty good. He's actually at the top of the scoreboard for ATK. Needs a little bit more help, him and Jonji. But ATK just don't have the same level of comfort that paiN have showcased on Anubis, the same level of preparation and coordination. And now the confidence overflowing for the Brazilian squad too. With him hoping he gets lucky, somebody could wander into his web. Nikis might oblige, but overall, ATK, very limited options, and this A site take almost read already by paiN given their rotations and their positions.
Yeah, I mean, look, paiN, 45 seconds left. They're just waiting for ATK to walk into their waiting arms. And Missum does manage to get one onto Nikis. paiN-biguzera sectioned off at Cake, and actually Jonji opening up the space. Here's the man advantage, two-man advantage. Skulls manages to get one back, but ATK, they have to get this one, right? This has to be their 12th round. Skulls is going to peer around. Can he be the thorn ATK side again? Yes, he is. And he gets another one. The 3K from Skulls turns it around in paiN's favor, and Hardzao caps it off. ATK unable to work the advantage, and paiN win map 2, 16-11. They win the series 2-0. And I mean, look, Austin, there were some flashes from ATK that looked promising, but you know, even though paiN, I don't think paiN played their best series. Let's be clear. I think there were a lot of mistakes that came through, but they managed to recover, and ATK was never able to punish.